probably been a few years, and
Yep.
I would say it has.
Yep.
I left WGMD in June of '06.
And people have missed you.
And
I have.
been bouncing around trying
Really?
to do things ever since, but nothing takes the place of radio.
No, it doesn't. It's like puffs of air.
Yes, it is. It's
Yeah.
it's a lot of fun. It's something I always wanted to do, and I figure I was pretty fortunate to be able to do it as long as I did.
Yep. Now, you were there. You were WGMD. You also were at WXPZ.
I was at WAFL in the
okay.
beginning. That's where, Jim
all-
may not remember this, but that is where I first saw Jim Weller was at WAFL when he used to come in and cut commercials in the production room.
Okay.
He would come in, close the door, and then he'd start in. And then later, I ran into him again at WXPZ, and Jim asked me to produce his commercials. So I had seen him do them at WAFL, I'd seen him do them at WXBC. Next thing you know, I was actually producing the commercials at the Light FM.
Wow.
So
That was a while back,
That was a while
WAFL days.
I was at WAFL. I left there, went to Dover, was at WDSD, helped start Star 92.9, which is now Tom FM.
Okay.
I was the first morning man there, and then I left. That just didn't fit me.
Okay.
It just didn't fit me. So I left.
And you started it. You helped start it.
Yes.
Okay.
But it just didn't fit.
Okay.
And so I ended up at the Light FM at WXPZ.
Okay.
And that was a great time in my
Wasn't
life.
it?
Yeah, 7.5 years sitting behind a microphone every afternoon was a great time.
Yeah. And a great audience.
Yes, it was.
And it was the launch of, I'm positive in what I'm saying, that it was Delaware's first Christian radio station.
I believe you're right. And the only other one that I remember came after that, there are two actually that came after that. One was an AM and one was an FM translator, and they both came after the Light FM.
Yep. I remember. It was good. It was a good time. You remember the snowstorms?
Oh,
and
yeah.
The ice falling off the wire, falling right through the roof of the building.
Bob Fry, wasn't it? Bob Fry was on the air in the station when icicle came out of the trees and was launched literally right through the roof of the radio station. And he almost had a heart attack.
Yeah. He thought the sky was falling, literally.
Thought it was the end.
Yeah.
But when we had snowstorms and hurricanes and things, Jim Weller was always great about bringing over food because he lived right around the corner from the studio, and he would bring over a crock pot or whatever his wife had put together and keep us fed and watered.
Yeah, it was good.
Throughout the time.
It was a good time. So what do you got going on? Anything?
Right now I'm working on a house.
Okay.
It's for me to live in, and it's a remodel project that my brothers and myself and my sons have been working on now for almost a year, and we're just about to the point where I can get it actually move my furniture and things in there and have a place to live.
Lay your head down.
Yep, lay my head down. So I worked on that for a while. I've done some other things part-time, just knocking around.
Okay.
But, nothing's really
sticking.
No, nothing's hit me.
Right. Can I ask about your boys? How they doing?
They're doing fine.
Is it two sons?
Well, the twins. And then Brian, the oldest one.
Did one of them have something to do with testing video games?
Yes.
In Hagerstown, Maryland?
Yes. Brian, that was over in Catonsville.
Okay.
And now he's making guitars in Greensboro at a new company called Nags Guitars.
Really?
That's an interesting subject by itself, how the company began and how it has progressed. But they actually build high-dollar guitars from the ground up, from a block of wood. They cut them out, they paint them, polish them, insert all the ivory or whatever it is. It's not ivory, but the inlays in the neck, the frets. I mean, they build the whole thing.
No kidding.
So that's what he's doing now.
Have to get somebody from there on our show.
Oh, man, it would be an incredibly interesting show. It would be the Jim Weller version of how it's made.
Wow.
There you go, right here live at Jimmy's Grill, the Jim Weller version of how it's made.
Now, how about the other boys?
The other boys are both doing okay. One of them is cooking. He went to culinary school down in Florida and came back, and he's been cooking in various places. The other twin is currently laid off due to the weather and what have you time of year because he's a road flagger.
Oh my goodness, all the moisture.
So
the
you know, they
rain.
kind of go
Yep.
skeleton crew until about March or April. So he should be getting called back.
And then he'll be working night and day.
Working night and day every day.
Wow,
So,
well, good job.
Everybody's doing all right.
Well, good.
And as you can tell, my voice is much, much better than
Much
it was
better,
when
yes.
I left. Now you can get me started talking. You can't hardly shut me up. So
Okay.
that's, you know, I'm really thankful for that. That's happened.
So all of that's going good.
You know, part of it is this device I'm wearing in my ear.
Okay.
It looks like a hearing aid. But what it actually does, it picks up my voice, amplifies it, and plays it back in my ear at 100 millisecond delay.
It's that slow.
And it helps me, it just helps me speak.
Isn't that amazing?
So I have that. Then I had the brain operation since I left WGMD. I had a brain operation, had an implant put in my chest, and a wire. You can see it here. It's not a vein, that's a wire. Runs up the back of my neck, down into my brain, and that stops the tremors from Parkinson's. So I'm actually a bionic man.
You're a walking miracle.
I am. And,
wow.
So I'm doing all right.
Well, good. You look well.
Everybody was asking me, you know, if I was going to have the operation, and I told them that I was. And, of course, by the time I had it was 2009. I'd already been off the radio for, 2.5, 3 years by then. So they may not have heard, but, yeah, I had it done. It's working. You see that.
So Ron Letterman is on the mend and doing good.
As a matter of fact, I'll say one other thing. Many listeners may remember that I liked to work on watches and pocket watches and things like that, and I had stopped because the tremors were so bad that the little parts, I just couldn't hold on to them. Screws and springs and parts were flying everywhere. Now I'm back to working on watches again.
Are you really?
Yes, sir.
Wow. Are you wanting to give out any contact info if somebody wants something worked on, or not really?
Not just yet. When I get my house finished and get situated, I may be back and talk to you about that, accept your invitation.
There you go. That'll be good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I had another memory. I was thinking, did you have something to do with model rockets at one time?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's funny you should bring that up, because when we were talking about the Light FM, I was thinking about that.
Didn't we do it down the road? Or
yeah, my boys love these model rockets. You put the little motor in it, you fire it up, and the thing goes forever up in the air, and it comes down with a parachute and all that. So you may remember that what I did, I wanted to launch them in the field next to the Light FM one morning.
I think so.
And I think it was a Saturday morning or whatever, and we went down there, and it was kind of nice and cool. It was a fall day, and we took these rockets. And Jim Weller came down. I think Bill Salmons came.
Yep.
And we ended up launching a bunch of rockets. Then we went over to your place and shot clay pigeons.
I remember that. Yep. So, we made a lot of disturbance in the neighborhood that day.
Sure did. We sure did, but we had a good time.
Well, good. Well, Ron, I'm going to thank you for coming down and being on the show.
You're very welcome.
You look good. It's inspiring to see you. I've missed hearing you on the air. So
I miss radio big time. Mm-hmm. And, let me say one other thing. If anybody has a problem with tremors or Parkinson's, feel free to contact Jim Weller, and he'll get in touch with me. I would talk to you personally about this operation.
Because it's really been successful.
It really helps people, but a lot of people are afraid of it because it's a brain operation. You have to drill into your skull and all this.
Oh.
But I'm telling you, there's nothing to fear but fear itself. This is well worth whatever you put into it.
Wow. Well, very good. Well, we're going to take a commercial break, folks. Thank you, Ron, for coming.
You're very welcome. Thanks for asking.
And we're going to have him on again sometime. But this has been Ron Letterman on Catch It Live. Stay tuned. We're going to be right back with the people from Habitat for Humanity in just a minute. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Hey everybody, Jim Weller. We are back live at Jimmy's Grill. The food is cooking. I don't know if you can smell it. We have installed the smeller vision, so I don't know if you can smell it or not, but the food is great. Now, we have some people here from Habitat for Humanity, and I'm going to let them introduce yourselves, tell us who you are, what you do, and what's going on. How about that?
Great. I'll start off. I'm Kevin Gilmore.
Okay.
And good to be here, Jim.
Thanks for coming. You were on here before, right?
We have been here before. I have been here before.
You were younger last time.
I was a little bit
Yeah.
younger. Yeah,
6 months ago or whatever it was.
Already. Yeah, happy to be here. My name is Kevin Gilmore, and I serve as Executive Director
Of the
for
Sussex County.
Sussex County Habitat.
Okay.
Around here, we operate by county. So there's one in Kent County, there's one in Wycomico County, and Worcester
Okay.
County. But I work specifically here in Sussex.
Okay.
And I'll let Tom.
And I'm Tom Protak. I'm the Community Engagement Director for Sussex County Habitat for Humanity. So I work with Kevin overseeing all our different events, our fundraising, our community relations, our faith relations, lots of different things.
Good. Well, I see you have an agenda here, so I'll let you go any way you want, and if you run out of words, I'll chime in.
Beautiful.
So what do you want to talk about first? You got something coming up?
We've got some things coming up, some exciting things going on right now.
What's that word?
Collegiate.
Collegiate challenge.
And not just, collegiate challenge, which is a really important tie-in because right now, as we speak, actually, there's over 50 college students that have come to Sussex County from other parts of the country during their spring break
Really?
to serve and build houses with Habitat for Humanity. And that's just this week. We have, there's 14 groups coming, over 150
14
students
groups coming over what period of time?
over the spring break time period. So it's really about a 6-week
Really?
period. Yeah.
Who coordinated that?
Well, we've got a young person on the team she's actually an AmeriCorps member herself, which means she's volunteering a year of her life to help us organize things. And
Pretty decent,
Sydney
isn't it?
King,
Awesome.
if Sydney's watching, Sydney King, I'll give her a shout out because she's organizing to have the 14 college groups come, and they're sleeping on church floors, and they're eating in local
kidding.
restaurants, and they're coming out on our job sites and helping us build some houses.
Because they want to make a difference.
They want to make a difference.
They're not down in Florida partying.
For some reason, they've chosen here, and I guess if you're from New England, maybe not tomorrow, but today, Delaware is like a spring break destination.
That's right. Midnight tonight, things may change a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to Plan B with them tomorrow.
150 students.
So, yeah,
Golly day.
It's exciting and it's really inspiring. I ate dinner with, there's 3 groups who are in town right now: Assumption College, Providence College, and then one from Sacred Heart up in Connecticut. And just the energy in the room of these young folks who say, we want to serve, and then they take their time, come here, and work with people they don't even know.
And I'm presuming they're working for free.
They're working for free. They're paying to be here, actually. This is a fundraiser for us, too. So not only are they serving, but they're helping us raise money to build houses.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty
How are they
exciting.
helping you raise money?
Well, they've all fundraised for their trip.
Oh, okay,
Part of that
okay.
trip experience is that they give a donation to us.
Wow. So people on where they're from also know this is going on.
Exactly.
So other neighborhoods have sewn into what's going on in this neighborhood.
Exactly.
Through these children. Or young adults, I guess we would say, not children.
Yeah.
They'll be taking that message back with them and spreading the word about what they did with Habitat here. And Habitat doesn't work when we operate in a vacuum. It only works because people come together. You get right into our mission statement where we say we're seeking to put God's love into action by bringing people together to build homes, communities, and hope.
Wow.
So there's some key words in that mission statement.
This is inspiring.
It is.
In other words, for these young people to want to do something like this because they are going to take it home with them.
Right.
Yep.
And they're just like seeds they're taking home, and they're going to plant them, and they're going to make a difference.
And what's
in
great
the
about it
areas
is when they
live
go
in.
home, we have them, they're all on the social media, so we ask them all to like us on Facebook, take pictures all day long, and they're Facebooking and they're tweeting. And I looked on today, I think we've got 100 new likes just with the college students. Because when they go home, there's a Habitat affiliate in their community, in their
That they
county.
can get involved in.
Yeah, there's a Restore in their community where they can shop and donate. So the message and the ministry that they do with us gets shared when they go back home.
Wow.
And as inspiring as this is, we've got some other things we'd like to tell you about during this brief time. So Tom will share some.
Tell me something.
Yeah.
Okay. One of the most exciting things we've just launched is a veterans build.
Okay.
We are going to be building a house for a veteran built by veterans and supported by veterans through the fundraising.
Really?
So we announced it on Veterans Day.
Okay.
We just selected a family. We have a mother, single mom who's a disabled U.S. Air Force veteran. She has 2 sons. She's living in a rental situation where she'll soon be homeless. So she was just approved. And her name is Mary Ellen Hellard.
Okay.
And so probably next week, she'll be signed up officially with us. And then we're going to do a project blessing on March 28th, Thursday morning at 10 a.m. with Senator Tom Carper kicking off the project. And then throughout the next 3, 4, 5 months, we'll have different veterans groups, associations, people coming out to build on the house with us. Also be doing some fundraising throughout the county. So if any veterans groups are interested in joining this effort, they can contact us at Habitat, and it will be great to facilitate that process.
What is the best way for somebody to contact?
Probably the best way is either to call us at 302-855-1153 or go right on our website, www.sussexcountyhabitat.org.
Okay.
And for
that's exciting.
For that event in particular, we have an information night on March 25th.
Okay.
People can come out.
So
it'll be on our website with the exact location.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really? You guys are moving right along.
Here we are. We have a lot of good things going on.
What's this mean?
King Road.
Yes.
Yeah, that's an area in the Concord area. For those of you who are familiar with the greater Seaford area, we actually just broke ground on 2 houses on King Road. And during this time, this collegiate challenge group we were talking about, the goal is that those groups over this period of time are going to frame in those 2 houses and take it as far as they can get them.
Okay.
So we'll go from clearing the land to have those houses under roof and maybe even hanging some drywall before they leave. We'll see.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Huh. All right. We got the veteran home coming up. What's Dogfish Day?
Dogfish is obviously a local
Yep.
business here in Sussex County, and it's a great example for us of how local businesses can come together and serve the community through Habitat for Humanity. In this case, they happen to be a rather large company with about 180 plus folks who are going to come out on April 8th, and they'll be framing up some houses. They'll be working on some different houses around the community. Specifically in the Georgetown area.
So their employees, is what you're saying, are actually going to come out and swing a hammer or do something, hang sheetrock.
It's amazing. They literally shut down both operations in Milton and in Rehoboth, and all those employees come literally to work for Habitat for the day.
Really?
Yeah.
So is this the first time they've done it?
No,
This is probably the fourth or fifth year now.
No kidding.
It's just an extraordinary commitment by the owners with Sam and Mariah to say, we want to give back to the community, and so much that we're going to shut down our operations and send all our employees out.
Yeah. That's admirable. I mean,
really, and they see it also as a team building experience, because there's people who work in the warehouse who never meet people who work in the restaurant, people who work on the line who never meet people who work in the lab. So it's a really good team building experience for them too, and I'd recommend it for any business, regardless of your size. If it's 5 folks, maybe Wellers wants to come out sometime and get the team together and work on a house for a day.
That's an interesting idea.
Yeah, it's a great experience because when people who work together come out on a job site, they get to know each other in a different way. They also get to know what Habitat's about, and it's like a win-win for everybody.
I would say. You guys really have some good ideas. Is that what you do?
That's what I do.
Engaging. In other words, you're engaging the community.
Yeah. Correct. And trying to see opportunities, no matter who you are, what age you are, what talents you have, we can plug you in somewhere with our mission and our ministry with Habitat. Whether it's in the office, the job site, the restore, we've got plenty of opportunities for people.
Wow.
Not just building houses on the roof. So people say, I can't paint or I don't want to go on the roof.
Right, but there's plenty of things.
Absolutely.
Could be clerical.
It could be provide the lunch for a work group.
Yeah.
Could be that you serve on a committee with us. We have fundraising committees and other committees that work for plenty of stuff.
That would be my angle.
Would it?
The fundraising committee.
There you go.
Tell you how to make money.
I'll write your name beside you right now, Jim.
It's Jim Wheeler. Wheeler dealer.
Yeah.
All right.
Speaking of wheeling and dealing, we need to talk about the Habitat Restore. So,
okay, let's talk about that.
If we're not building houses, sometimes we're actually taking them apart. We actually have a program in the Restore that we have a group of volunteers who'll go out and pre-demo a house. So if
Wait a minute. You mean a house that maybe somebody's going to tear down?
Correct.
Exactly. We'll come
Okay.
in. If they're planning to tear it down, we'll come in beforehand if they want us to, and we'll harvest everything out of the house that we can that could be resold to the public. So
Like kitchen cabinets,
windows, doors,
Handles, everything.
handles,
ceiling, paddle fans.
windows.
fans,
Yep.
light fixtures. And those are all things that can be recycled in the purest way, recycled in the sense that somebody would reuse them. We'll sell them in the store and they'll go back out into the
That is
community.
a really good. Where are you getting all these ideas?
Which is full of ideas. People like you, we got volunteers on our fundraising committee who are coming up with ideas all the time.
Now, I know this may sound silly, but if a person had a house they were going to tear down and they came in and let you harvest it, is that also a tax-deductible donation?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Is it really?
Yep.
We don't tear down the house, but we'll come in and everything we take out of that house gets itemized, and they can use that as a tax deduction.
So that's another volunteer opportunity.
Correct.
Meaning a person who might say, well, you know, I would like to go in and help take stuff out of a house.
Yeah, we have a whole
Absolutely.
team. And as Kevin said, we did 49, and next Tuesday is going to be our 50th project.
50 houses in how long?
That's about
5
two, about 2 years.
Yeah,
Because we just
Yeah.
started this
Yeah, that's
program
right,
a little
yeah.
over 2 years ago. So you just think about that,
Pretty
things that
amazing.
we're keeping out of the
That is
landfill
amazing.
with that
Yeah.
project too. 'Cause
Yes.
those things
Yeah.
all would have been right into the landfill. And here they are. We're selling them, and when we sell them, we see it as we're helping to improve someone's quality of life in their house. Whether it's a landlord who buys it and fixes up the rental property,
Yep.
or
Even if it's just a person who gets a better deal than normal on
Tim, you
something.
should see some of the cabinets come out of these homes. Beautiful cabinets. I mean, from the houses that are on the beach, in the eastern part of the county, they take everything out and they come in. 2 weeks ago, the cabinets were taken off our truck. They went in the store and they went right on somebody else's truck and they took them right out. They bought them.
Really?
Yeah, they never even had a chance to put stickers on them.
Oh.
So yeah,
I think I have to take a commercial break.
All right.
All right,
Thank
so
you.
hold tight. I think we're coming back, so don't
Cool.
go
Okay.
nowhere. Folks, we'll be right back. While we're on commercial break, do me a favor and call 2 people and get them to watch Catch It Live because it's just going to get better as the evening goes on. And we'll be back in just a minute. Folks, we are back at catchitlive.com. I've got Tom Protak and I have got Kevin Gilmore, both from Habitat for Humanity. Got a few more minutes left.
Great.
What do you guys want to talk about next?
Jim, one of the things we want to talk about is we're doing these special theme builds where we have different companies or groups who come together to say, you know what, we want to pull our resources together. We want to build a house for someone through Habitat. So one of the groups we're doing is the Walt Jones Memorial Project. Okay. Walt Jones built Old Landing Golf Course, Midway Par 3 Golf Course, and his family has kept his name alive and his legacy. And over 7 years we've had golf outings and an auction tied in with this project. And this year we'll be able to build one house cumulatively through all those years of fundraising. And we're going to have the auction on May 16th at Bethany Blues in Lewis. We're having
Is it a live auction?
It's a live and silent. And I'm the live auctioneer.
When is it again?
May 16th at 6 o'clock to 9 p.m. at Bethany Beach, or Bethany Blues in Lewis. And then on May 17th at Midway Par 3, we have the golf outing. But it's another opportunity where we see people who are golfers, people come to the auction, people go to different events through the year to support this house.
And it's a Midway Par 3, so people like me can play my one golf game a year and go out there and have a good
That's right.
Teams of 5. It's a lot of fun. But that home will be dedicated on May 18th, right after the auction, the golf outing. So everybody who participated in that project, they've been out on build days, the family will come and we'll dedicate that house to the new homeowner on that day. So it's pretty exciting. And we do these theme builds and we reach out. Kevin's going to talk a little bit about the other opportunity we have in Milford.
Yep.
Okay.
Being from Milford, I figure I should at least be the one to talk about our latest.
This is on the Sussex County side of Milford?
On the Sussex County side of South Walnut Street. Growing up in Milford and actually knowing Colin for most of my life, really excited that some local companies in Milford have gotten into the Habitat spirit. We have Burris Logistics has come out and said, we want to build a Habitat house. And they've partnered with Brendan T. Warfel on this project. So Brendan brings the construction expertise. Burris brings the logistical expertise. If they can move trucks all over this country, they can move some volunteers around the job site and put the two together. So right now we're looking for a lot in Milford. In the Sussex side of Milford, since we're Sussex Habitat. Okay. Looking for a lot there. We're getting close on some ideas, but if anybody out there has an idea of a donor or someone who's willing to work with us on a deal, we'd love to hear from you because we'll put a needy family in that house when we build it.
What size lot? Quarter acre?
Buildable lot.
Yep.
So if it's in town, it's got to be buildable by the town codes. If it's in the in the county, then we need to meet whatever the county specs are in that area. So we just want it big enough to build a real simple. We call it simple, decent, affordable housing.
Okay.
So we're looking for family applications as well. So we're in the beginning stages of this.
So you don't have a family picked at the moment?
No, not yet. So if anybody out there who would like to
knows
apply
of somebody or
knows of somebody, definitely call the office at 302-855-1153.
855-1153.
That's right.
855-1153.
1153.
Is there a website?
Website's always the best way. Guess what it is? It's
Sussex County
Habitat.org.
Okay. So now, are you guys on Facebook? Have you heard of Facebook?
We're on Facebook for Sussex County Habitat.
Okay.
But also our Restore, Sussex County Habitat Restore.
okay.
So we have two separate Facebooks.
So
the
people
Facebook
need
for
to
the
like them
Restore
both.
is great because you
Okay.
can see what's coming in. They put the inventory all the
That's
time.
right.
So a nice sofa comes in or cabinets
There it
or
is.
doors, boom.
But you want to like them both. That's for
Now,
sure.
let's tell people where the store is.
All right, the store, when you get into downtown Georgetown, we're right on the railroad tracks. We're right across the street from the historic train station in Georgetown.
Oh, is that where the chamber's at?
The chamber
not
was
too
there
far.
for a long time, and we're right across the street. This is an old cold storage building. It's been there for over 100 years. A giant brick building right on the railroad tracks.
Okay.
Depot Street, 107 Depot Street is the location.
So a person can come there and get some type of building supplies, maybe furniture, who knows what, or they can donate to it.
Exactly. We always say shop, donate, and volunteer. Those are the three aspects that make that Restore run and make it successful.
Okay. What else do you want to tell us? Anything?
I would just, as we wrap up, thank you for having us once
you're
again,
welcome. Thanks for coming.
we continue to partner with you. I would just say, if you've never been on a Habitat job site or have never participated, it's been on your bucket list, whether you're young or older, give us a call and let us plug you in. We have a volunteer coordinator who will assist you with that, and just get in touch with us. Or if you just want to know more about what we do, liking us on Facebook. We also have an electronic newsletter that goes out twice a month.
Okay.
And it has everything we do, all the groups who are coming in, who's volunteering, who's supporting us, events you can go to, news about builds that we're doing, and just to be knowledgeable about what Habitat does in the community. And if you have a church, if you're a member of a church and you want us to come out and speak to your church or have the church come be part of we have a faith relations committee that works specifically just with churches and schools and organizations with faith backgrounds, because we are a Christian housing ministry. And we were proud of that, and we like to partner with churches and schools and religious groups.
Like-minded people.
And
Correct.
from that Christian place, we realize that we can reach out to anybody who wants to be part of Habitat.
Correct.
We call it theology of the hammer. If you're willing to pick up a hammer and help your brother and sister in need, regardless of your background or your beliefs, come on out. And we welcome everybody from that place, and we make our job sites a place that's welcoming and inviting, and we also always stay true to our Christian roots.
Well, very good. I have to believe working there, it's got to be a rewarding job. In other words, you go home every day knowing that you made a difference not only in a person's life, but in your whole community. Every day.
Tom's going on his first year. You say it's a rewarding job?
Yeah, I'm completely. It's a vocation. I really feel you're called to do it, called to serve folks, and Habitat's mission and ministry and their reputation's excellent. And it's an easy fit for most people who are looking to contribute to community, to serve the Lord, and to serve others, because it's very well rounded.
Very good.
And founded.
And I feel the same way. This is all I've ever done, and I just feel this is where God's got me.
This is all you've ever done?
To be. This is it.
Really?
Habitat for Humanity.
No kidding.
Yeah, 20 years.
Really? Wow. You were just a teenager when you started.
Just a baby.
Wow. All right, folks, we're going to take another commercial break. We're going to be back with Anthony Joseph. He's going to talk to us about sports. I want to thank you both for working for Habitat and what you do and serving our community. Thank you very much. And I guess that's it. I'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Hey, we're back live at Jimmy's Grill. Anthony Joseph is here. You got some NASCAR news for us, do you?
Yes. Now, Jimmy Johnson, now I know Brooks Ritter, he's a little disappointed as Jimmy Johnson did not finish first, but he's doing well in the standings.
Yep, he is the first loser. He's number one loser in my book for sure.
He's a loser?
Number one loser.
Oh. Well, if we meet him later on, you better not tell him that.
Why?
He might punch you in the face. I don't know.
That's all right.
He wouldn't do that, but he wouldn't be very happy.
Oh, okay.
We'll
All
just
right.
leave it at that. Yeah, moving on.
Jimmy Johnson, we like you. You're our favorite driver. You're Brooks' favorite driver, anyway.
I like Jimmy Johnson. You know,
I like Jimmy Johnson. I just give Brooks a hard time about him is all. So he's a good driver.
He is.
Yeah.
One of the
So
best.
all right, don't let me slow you down.
So that's fine. So yes, Johnson finished second. He's leading the points as Carl Edwards. He broke his drought. 70
I heard.
70 races he had not won.
I didn't see it. Did he do a backflip?
He did.
All
I
right.
watched it.
Did he land
And he
on
didn't
his
hurt
feet?
himself,
Okay,
yes.
good.
Not it. Remember that commercial now that they have with Subway?
No.
Okay. But
They're not one of our sponsors, so
no, we won't go there. So yes.
turn
he
your mic
was-
on.
Oh my.
That's okay. You were talking loud enough, they picked you up on my mic.
Okay, hopefully.
Continue on.
So yes, he makes a lot of Subway commercials, but he did the back. Well, that's his sponsor.
But that's not our sponsor.
Okay.
We're
Well, I
gonna
was
have
going
to
to
get
mention the
royalty
number
check, bro.
99 Subway Ford
I
Fusion.
know, I'm
so
just
that's-
messing with you.
So it was the Subway Fit
Right.
500
Okay.
on Sunday, and he finally won. His last win was in 2011, March the 6th, at Phoenix or at Las Vegas Speedway, and he won a couple years ago at a Phoenix Raceway. So
Wow.
he likes that track. I
Yeah.
believe it was in 2010 that he won. So
Okay.
he's had some success, and he was so happy, and that's why he did his backflip. And he was excited.
Was he?
Yeah. After the race, he got out of his car and he went into the grandstands and mingled with some fans, and they loved it. I don't know any other sport that they can go in the stands. I don't think a baseball player or a football player.
Other than Lambeau Leap or whatever they call it
Right. Yes.
at the end.
Aaron Rodgers
Right.
or Greg Jennings. But
Yeah.
so Edwards led 122 laps. He dominated the race, and at the end, it was a good pit strategy as far as Edwards coming out of the pits, and as far as Jimmy Johnson, he just did not have the strong car as Carl Edwards. As before the race, he did an interview, and he said he really wanted to win. I don't want to keep mentioning Subway, but since
I'm
it was
just kidding with you. You can mention them.
since it was the Subway Fit 500, and Subway's on his car.
You just got to go out and get him as a sponsor this week is all.
His primary sponsor. He was excited that he really wanted
That's
to win.
pretty cool, yeah, to win.
So it was neat for him. And
Who finished number 5? Who finished 5th? Dale Earnhardt Jr., right?
right,
Where's he at in the standings?
I believe he's second.
Number 2.
He's tied with Brad Keselowski.
That's right. Yep. So he's doing good. I mean, just kind of quietly. Well, this is what, second race?
Yes,
Yeah.
second.
So
Yeah.
no big
Daytona
finishes in
was
either race.
where Jimmy Johnson won, and then as we mentioned, he finished second.
Didn't have a big finish,
He's leading
so,
in
yeah.
the standings, and Hamlin's in fourth, and Clint Boyer right there with
Yes.
Michael Waltrip Racing and the Toyota.
Yeah. So good showing for Toyota.
It'll be like a 5-Hour Energy is one of his one of his sponsors. But everything is going well for Clint Boyer's camp. Is before the race, you had a little bit. Jeff Gordon and Boyer. They were carrying on and laughing, and the big thing was, were they going to tangle and start a wreck? But
Did they?
we didn't see the tempers or anything. Now,
Okay.
you don't know what's going to happen as the season goes along.
Right.
They could, be close to one another, and Boyer just gets even with him. As Michael Waltrip during the pregame said, the pregame show on Fox,
Right.
He said Boyer has not forgotten.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Without him saying he's going to retaliate.
Right.
I expect it as the season goes along. But Danica Patrick, she was in the race.
Yes.
Last week at Daytona, she was 8th. This week, she had a wreck, and she finished 39th. As she's just so glad to be racing, and her new boy toy She
Her new boy toy.
she's smitten with him. She's always around.
All right, go ahead. Mess me up with that.
You're right there, Colin. But she's having fun. She's
Yeah.
But she's not technically divorced, but she's in the
Okay.
process. Mm-hmm. So she needs to kind of stop flaunting it.
Yeah. Flaunting. All right.
Yeah, she's a little too happy.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I don't know. I'm staying out of that one.
But yeah, everything is going well for her and GoDaddy, and yeah. So Tony Stewart, he's happy to have her on board. That
That's
makes
good.
him look really smart.
Yeah.
As Ryan Newman, he had a bad day at Phoenix, as he's on a one-year contract. So he's looking to drive next year for somebody. I don't think it's going to be back for Tony Stewart, but I don't know what ride he's going to find. A lot of people are trying to have a good year because their contracts are up.
What
Jeff
race we've
Burton,
got coming
for
up
one.
next?
Yes, coming up, if you're looking at the sheet there, is the Cobalt 400. It's going to be live at Las Vegas. And everybody, it seems, likes to go there because they can party, and the Bush brothers are from there. So
All right.
they want to pick up some victories.
All right. Okay. Want to mention any basketball real quick?
Yes, very quickly, on Saturday we had the number 7 seed Polytech Panthers taking on the number 10 seed St. Elizabeth Vikings, and it was 68-62 as Devon Mallory poured in 22 points. Antonio DePina had 20 points, and Polytech, with the height and the senior leadership of DePina, they were victorious as they stopped Andre Patton.
All right.
And they're playing tonight at 7 o'clock at St. George's High School.
And that game, the one you just mentioned, the one that they played, who did they play? Howard?
They played St.
Or
Elizabeth
St.
on
Elizabeth, yes,
Saturday.
I'm sorry.
And tonight they're playing Howard.
And if you want to listen to that St. Elizabeth game, you can go back to catchitlive.com. Just scroll all the way to the bottom of catchitlive.com, and there's the audio player right there, and that's the most recent game we have on there. Anthony Joseph called it. Brooks Ritter produced it. It's a very good game, so go back and listen to that.
You can listen to that one. You can listen to the other playoff game that we did.
And you can listen to
Glasgow
all the
and
games
Sussex
we've done
Tech,
all year.
or any other game that you want to
Right,
hear.
exactly. Mention that. Was there something else we were supposed to mention? I can't remember now. I think that was it, wasn't it?
I think that was other.
Okay.
Well, one thing I do want to mention very quickly is Joe Flacco, 6-year deal, $120 million. And what did he do right afterwards? He went to
Mickey D's.
Mickey D's.
Yep.
I think he was eating some chicken McNuggets.
Yep.
We got to get here to the Jimmy's Grill, and he can eat the all-you-can-eat spaghetti.
That's right.
Or a crab cake can eat, because he can,
Yeah, for
afford it.
sure. Okay, also want to mention real quick that if you want more sports, before our show, you can go back and watch it. Anthony Joseph has his own show from 5:30 to 6 every Tuesday live here at Jimmy's Grill. He does kind of more in-depth interviews and stuff like that. Who did you have on tonight?
Stephen Wilson, the boys, a basketball coach for the Dover Senators.
And he's also
Also the
baseball
assistant baseball coach for Dover.
for the Senators. So go back, watch that. That's on our website also. So just click on it. And
Last week's guest was Coach Carlton Brown, the former
right.
coach for the Dover Senators.
Yep. So check it all out. All right, we got to get Anthony. We're running behind. We're going to get Jim Martin and the Ace Center on here in just a few minutes. So stay tuned. We'll be back after this.
Welcome to Catch It Live, right here in Bridgeville at Jimmy's Grill. You ought to come on down. The food is excellent. I just had some cream of crab. It was fantastic. I'm Gene Lewis. I'm chairman of Tap Faith. We're located in Georgetown. And Jimmy is our founder of Tap Faith, and he also is...
Well, I work at the ACE Center in Seaford. It's only a short drive from here, and it's a community resource center for folks that are in need. They're trying to figure out what their next step would be if they are homeless or they're looking for help. So we're there to welcome them, accept them, and then give them, the home base to solve some problems.
Great. So we're here. This would be our fourth installment of our Homelessness 101 initiative. And we've had 3 panel discussions over the last 3 months. And there's been a lot of activity and a lot of interest. And the interest is growing, right, Jim?
That's right.
And so tonight we thought we would basically come and give an update as to what's going on with regard to the homelessness project, and also just give a little bit more information about what Tap Faith does and what our mission is. And so I would start with Tap Faith, that we meet bi-weekly now, and we will be going back to our weekly schedule sometime in the spring. And what we are is a referral and support group for the less fortunate.
Yeah, and I mean, the Tap Faith name came from wanting to reach out to the local homeless in Georgetown. And then as we did our work, we realized there's a lot of homeless in all the communities, all around the lower Delaware part. I mean, Seaford, Georgetown, Laurel, Bridgeville. We're finding through talking with the school districts that there is a problem, because in the school districts, they do count the amount of homeless children. And then that would equate to homeless adults. So we focus on the adults, and the school districts focus on the kids.
That's right.
And we just try to come up with ideas on how we can get them into affordable housing. We try to focus on giving them the resources so they can find a job. And what we're finding is that a lot of it is due to unemployment and just not having the economic ability to rise above what's going on. So we're about a hand out, not a hand. We're about a hand up, not a hand out.
That's right. And by and large, we're having more and more success with the people that come to us. We call them our friends, and in our work and in our activities, Jim became affiliated with the fellowship group here in Seaford, and then became affiliated with the ACE Center. Now, what does ACE stand for?
ACE stands for Acceptance, Change, Empowerment.
Nice.
And
Okay.
what we try to do is immediately accept the person, whatever walk that they're on at that point in time. When they come to the ACE Center, they're immediately accepted. And then what we try to do is the change and the empowerment is about their particular goals. And we try to give them all the tools that they need to make change and empowerment possible for them.
Super. Well, after the break, we're going to deal with our Homelessness 101 project, and we're going to share with you our progress. In the interim, as we wind down for this particular first part, I want to put up our contact information.
Yeah.
I wonder if the guys can somehow get on this. Is it possible? Is it possible to get on that thing at all, or this would be my contact number and email address for Tap Faith, and we find Jimmy's ACE Center contact email and number, and we're reaching out for volunteers. And so anybody that has an interest to help us in any way, shape, or form, 15 minutes a week would help us. Thank you. Once again, from Catch It Live from Jimmy's Grill, if you have some friends out there, call them, tell them to watch Catch It Live. If you have some friends out there that are hungry, have them come down and catch a meal here at Jimmy's Grill. And we'll be back to you after the break. And in the meantime, God bless, and we'll see you shortly.
Sounds good.
Welcome. We're back at Jimmy's Grill in Bridgeville on Catch It Live. This is Jim Martin, who is the founder of Tap Faith and a peer specialist at the ACE Center here in Seaford. And I'm Gene. I am the chairman of Tap Faith in Georgetown. And we are going to discuss in this segment a wonderful plan that's been developing at Tap Faith and our plan to build a homeless shelter here in the Sussex County, western Sussex County area. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, and we're going to make a call out to our viewers to, please, if you have any interest or in helping the homeless, to get a hold of us. And before this segment's over, we'll run the contact page again so that you can contact Jim or I. I think that what has happened is that over the 3 years that Tap Faith has been in operation, we have had numbers of partners who have joined and come to the meetings regularly. And in the last, I guess about 4 months ago, we had this wonderful discussion with the partners about this homeless problem. And then we were graciously invited by Jim Weller to come on the first broadcast to be a part of a panel. And there were a number of important members of the panel. As I can remember, it was Kay from Lorette and Miss Betts from St. Vincent de Paul's, and a couple of other really good panel members. And so this idea of doing something for the homeless came together. So as I said, this is our fourth segment on this subject. So what has happened, and I have to say that, we are a Christian organization, and that, the Holy Spirit has blessed us. And it's very important to say that, because these ideas and our plans are not things that any one of us can take credit for. Right, Jim? I mean, it's basically brought to you by the Father. But right now I want to put up a picture of the plan of our homeless shelter. This is the front and back elevation, of course. And at some point, this is going to be a reality. And the reason that I know this is because God is on our side. Okay? And He's going to help us overcome all the challenges that come from this sort of thing. Thank you, Colin. So, Jimmy, want to add some stuff to that?
Well, I know in the coming months we're going to try to put together some study groups.
Right.
And folks that want to come together and help us design all the components of the actual administration of the facility once it's built. And there's so many components to recovery that a person needs to walk through. And one of the biggest pieces in the recovery is the spiritual part. And we want to give the folks that we serve as many opportunities as possible to plug into that part. And so within the facility, there will be a place where they can go and meet and have Bible studies and other opportunities to pray and to understand that having God first in their life is really the first key to turning their lives around. And we see it time and time again in the people that we work with. And I realize that secularly speaking, maybe we can't give as much credit to God, but I mean, I'm telling you, that's what I see in terms of people really turning their lives around is when they put God first, and then everything else would fall into place.
Yes.
One brick at a time.
Right. Well, our object here in the next coming months is to put together a number of study groups who will.
Yeah, we have a list.
Well, we can just read the list off. Basically, we've the ones that we've come up with are a feasibility study group, which would look into the management and the operation of the facility once it's built. A health group, which would document the resources and the healthcare needs of the homeless people that we find. Of course, the spiritual component, which would involve the various churches around of different denominations. Then we're going to have a group that finds the homeless. We've got to have a homeless identification where we go out and find them. Of course, there'll be a budget committee, a grant and donation committee, and the food and clothing committee that will provide food and clothing for our homeless, and local services. In addition, we also want to look into education. And we want to look into intake and exit plan for each of the people that come to us. So these are some of the things that when we ask for volunteers or people that have interest, these are some of the things that we need. We need the involvement of the community, right?
Yep.
To increase our networking ability within the various fields and the various subjects that we need to know about in order to make this facility operate properly.
Right. And about the homeless conference, what that will enable us to do is bring together all the different folks that are interested in seeing this facility come about, is have a conference where the various groups and the teams can kind of join together and associate themselves with this project. And we need, you hear the expression, it takes a village, and that's exactly what this will take, is, we're not in competition with any other service providers. We want to bring the service providers together so whatever they're good at, they can bring to the table and allow this coordination of care to happen.
Exactly. And we also are it's important to note that when we discuss the homeless, we have to remember that a full 35 to 40% of our homeless are veterans, and that's kind of overlooked a lot. So we have a strong veterans component here with a focus on finding them and bringing them into the facility, and with the wonderful people such as Liz from the Veterans
Awareness Center, Veterans Awareness Center,
and the
and Bryce Hewlett right there with Delaware Consumer Recovery Coalition.
Okay.
We have Kay Malone with Lored.
Right.
We have Linda Heller, who does a variety of things.
Yes.
And then Linda Connors with
from the
Delaware Health and Social Services.
Health and Social Services. Yeah. And this is just a few of the many wonderful people who have expressed interest in this particular project. And so we feel like that, we have a lot of experts out there and a lot of resources to make this thing happen.
Yeah. Now, you want to talk about the bricks and sticks a little bit as far as what we've accomplished?
Why don't you?
Well, as far as the bricks and sticks, I think we're making progress with that. And, we can't talk in much detail about it now, but we feel that with the bricks and sticks coming together with the administrative part of it, and then also having other grants and donations, we can pull this together within a year, I'm thinking.
Yes, that sounds about right. I mean, it could take a few months more. No, but that's about right. I mean, we all those of us who have faith know that the Lord works in mysterious ways, and this is we're doing God's will here, and He'll push this thing along as fast as it can be, can go, because basically, the Lord touches the hearts and minds of human beings. That's one of my sermons. That's one of my sermons. We don't have the pillars of fire and the parting of the Red Sea and such. What we have is the Lord touching the hearts and minds of human beings. So it's our job to put out something that's good and wholesome and helps His children, helps our citizens, and in some cases our relatives. And that's the business that we're about at the moment. So,
and also I do encourage people, if they do want to come to a TAP Faith meeting, we meet in Georgetown every other week, so that's twice monthly, and you can come and see for yourself what we're involved in. We do have an agenda for every meeting,
right?
And you can clearly get involved in anything that interests you. We do rental assistance. We have applications for people to come in and do rental assistance applications. We help with utility bills sometimes. We also organize transitional houses too. We try to put the brain power behind putting these homes together. And a lot of times we have a landlord and we have a place for these folks to go, but there's no one to teach them how to really organize into a workable group that will make the transitional house a success. So we're there as a support to them as they try to make these relationships successful.
We mentor.
Yeah, we mentor.
Right, and
how many properties are we involved in now? I mean, over the 4 years.
Over the 4 years, we're looking at close to 40. I mean,
where
35 to 40. And
I've been personally involved with 23 out of 40. Where I've either lived there or I've helped educate them on a weekly basis. We have weekly house meetings.
And at the moment, we're with 2 in Georgetown. And you have the 3rd here in Seaford, right?
Right.
Next to.
So this is where the expertise comes from, is from just working with these individuals on a daily basis and trying to figure out what they need. And then, this is where we're coming. A person that we met with today is that they're experts about bricks and sticks, but they don't know about how to actually provide the services to the people that are in need of help. So that's why we have to join together from different angles to make it all happen.
And we have, it's a complex thing. We're not trying to make it sound like it's it's easy and it's going to happen overnight. Nope. It's going to be hard work. I would say that the facility is, depending on how you carve up the square footage could be somewhere between maybe 42 to 48 beds. Really, it depends on how you sort of slice the pie, as it were.
Can we do a close-up on the picture?
Well, I think it's too complex to show. But we can say that it's evenly divided between homeless men, homeless women, and homeless women with children, and a couple of rooms for families. Now, the families, out of necessity, we have to segregate the men.
Right.
But this is part of our challenge in the the structuring of how it'll operate in the future. So I mean, I'm not sitting here trying to tell you we've got it all worked out, because we don't. We have a lot of work to do. But I think it was important to say that it's pretty well divided between men and women as far as the bed space, and it will accommodate women with children. And of course, a lot of people don't understand or don't really realize this, but there is a great many women veterans, right, Liz? And in many cases, it's harder for them, to come into and receive this type of assistance, just because they're treated as secondhand stuff. Actually, our men veterans are, and maybe the women are third hand. I mean, it's a complex thing that I'm not prepared to comment much further on. But
how much time do we have left?
We got about 4 minutes. So
I was going to ask the folks that are here if they have any questions, because we may be missing a few things. We have 3.5 minutes left, so if you think of a question that you need answered, let us know. It'll help the conversation.
Colin?
Yeah, there's a close-up there.
Yeah, I think we can take maybe one or two. That is, assuming that Jim and I can, give lucid, quick answers.
Yeah.
Right? Are we capable of that?
Sure.
You're sure?
Yeah, do we have a mic? There you go.
In your experience, what are the 3 top needs that you think homeless people have here in Sussex County?
Great question.
Yeah, 3 top needs.
Well,
it would be employment. Employment is such a key thing. And then the next thing would be
housing,
and affordable housing.
Yeah, and I think the spiritual component is somewhere.
Yeah, well, that's number one.
Well, it is number one, but
a job.
Yeah,
God, job, and a house, and a place to live.
Colin, you want to take a close up of this for us, please, while we go on out? Again, I'm going to put. This is our contact numbers, and this is our website, okay? Now, if you go to the Tap Faith website, on the book button in the Tap Faith website, you will find all of our materials, our Homeless 101, our Veterans Homeless Edition. You will find the plans and concept for this homeless facility. And you will find my contact number and Jimmy's contact number and emails. And for anyone that's out there that has a passion to help others, we urge you to contact us, and we'll figure out how we can work together. I think that's our message for today. And I think we want to thank everybody for giving us the opportunity to serve the community. We want to thank Jim Weller for having Catch It Live that kind of kicked this whole thing off. And we want to thank Jimmy's Grill for allowing Mr. Weller to put this wonderful service on for the community. And we want to thank God for giving us all the grace and the ability and the desire to want to be here. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Hey everybody, we are back. Catch It Live. Been a great night, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. We're live at Jimmy's Grill.
We are live at Jimmy's Grill. In fact, you got another half an hour to get out here if you want to get some of the good food. In other words, you had the crab.
I had the Chesapeake crab
melt
sandwich. So
it looked really good.
It's crab imperial on rye bread, toasted with cheese on it. Ooh,
it looked good.
Yeah,
it looked good. And then I had the open pit, or not open pit, but hot roast beef sandwich. In other words, it was good too. Yeah. We really had some good guests. It was nice to see Ron Letterman tonight.
Ron Letterman, that was great, wasn't it?
Yep.
Good to see him.
So we may have him on again or get him involved in some way, shape, or form. But the Habitat people, they've got the store, they got a lot going on. Anthony Joseph does a great job, and then to hear about what Jim and Gene are working on is very exciting.
That's pretty amazing.
That has all happened this year.
Right.
And it's only March.
March 5th.
So, March 5th. 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 5th.
It's the beginning of March.
It's the beginning of March.
It is.
So, anyway, I want to talk about a couple other things. First of all, we do not charge anything for what we're doing right now, but our desire is to take this thing and try to get a little return on our investment at some point. But we do want to say, if you're watching or listening, and you have a business that you might want to consider having us come to your business, or if you have an event going on or something like that, that you might want us to come and stream it live. In other words, so you might have family members. Say you're having a family reunion and not everybody can make it. You would be able to stream it so everybody could still see it. So you could talk to one another and things like that. After that, we could provide you with a DVD of it. Is that correct?
We could.
We could. And we could also give you a link where you could put it somewhere else.
Tape, whichever you prefer.
Yeah, yeah, they're coming back. But anyway, also if you have a business or you have an organization that you would like spotlighted, I'm going to give out my phone number. I do better talking than I do emailing. Oh my goodness. Anyway, it's 337-7. I was getting ready to give out my email address. 337-7300. If you want to talk about Catch It Live, if you want to be on Catch It Live, if you want to purchase Catch It Live, no, it's not for sale. But anyway, if you want any part of Catch It Live, we are open-minded. Want to thank Jimmy's Grill. What were we getting ready to say?
Can we talk about the other thing you and I discussed? Jim and I had lunch today.
We did have lunch.
And we just kind of threw some ideas out there.
Right. What are they?
We're thinking about possibly having a contest. You send us videos, if you want your own show on Catch It Live.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah, that's a great idea.
So,
let's say you love fishing.
Yes.
And you want to teach people how to fish.
Or you just want to show.
Say you have your own charter boat. And you want to make a video of what it's like to take some guys out on the boat. And guys or gals or whatever. Mm-hmm. What were you going to say? I keep interrupting.
I was going to say fishing. If you want to do a show about the freshwater ponds and around here in Delaware, the local ponds, gardening.
I'll tell you another thing. Recently, there were some ladies asked my wife if she would teach them how to sew. Just simply sew. In other words, sew. Not you, but I'm just saying maybe there's somebody out there that's passionate about sewing or woodworking or crafts or any kind of a thing like that.
Watching paint dry.
Watching paint dry, watching grass grow. The proper way to cut your grass.
One idea I had was somebody could go around and highlight all the local attractions. So, like how Southern Delaware Tourism, they have these trails, historic trails, restaurant trails, things like that. I thought it would be neat if somebody wanted to do those and go around. So if you're interested, you can email us, info@catchitlive.com, or you can call Jim at his 337-7300.
Yep.
And or if you just want to send us a video, if you've got a clip, just send it to info@catchitlive or send us an email.
Yeah.
And you can send us a link. You can put it up on YouTube or wherever you store your videos at. And it doesn't have to be professionally produced or anything like that. All we're looking for, first thing is interesting and talent of the talent.
Right, and family friendly.
Family friendly, absolutely. That's number one.
That would be number one. Yep, family friendly.
If it's not family friendly, it doesn't matter how talented you are.
Correct. So. Send it on to TMZ. All right. What else did I want to tell people? I wanted to say thanks to Jimmy's Grill. We've been here quite a while now. What did we get here? 5 o'clock?
Yeah, I was here about 4, a little after 4, setting everything up. So.
Friday morning we'll be here. I don't know. We want to say congratulations to Dan and Becky Gaffney.
We should have opened the show with that.
We should have. They were here. They had the baby here. No, they didn't. But they had a baby. What's the baby's
Dan
name?
And Becky. Pepper Jane Gaffney.
PJG. Pepper
yes.
Jane Gaffney. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, Dan and Becky, congratulations. We're happy for you. Friday morning, we don't know if Dan's going to be doing the show or who is. It's kind of like a mystery.
Yeah,
could be Fran the Man.
I'm thinking it's going to be Fran the Man. So Fran the Man, we will see you Friday morning.
Friday morning.
You think it's going to be Dan the Man?
I think it's going to be Dan the Man. I just got a feeling.
Do you?
Just a feeling. I don't know though. We're expecting some really nice rain about midnight tonight.
Yes.
Some 40 mile, 60 mile an hour winds.
And then tomorrow night it's supposed to turn to snow.
Anywhere from 8 to 18 inches. I'm excited.
How much?
8 to 18 inches.
I heard 1 to 3.
Well, I don't know if I heard 1 to 3, but I made up 8 to 18, okay?
People are relying on us for accurate weather reports.
Accurate weather, right. There is a neat weather thing on Facebook. Del Mar Weather, I think it's called. Or
really?
Del Marva Weather, yep. You can like it on Facebook. Those guys are pretty good. Want to thank Brooks Ritter. He's a big help. Want to thank Grant. He's another big help.
Yes, you can tell things went much smoother than
because Grant's here.
Tonight. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep. So Brooks had somebody to eat dinner with him.
Right.
Grant and Brooks. And want to thank Anthony Joseph. He does a good job with the basketball games and with the sports reports and got a lot of stuff going. We got a good crew here, Colin. I want to thank you for all your hard work.
Oh, thank you.
Dedication. He keeps all the camera lenses clean and all that kind of stuff. And so we're going to be here Friday morning from 5:30 to 10, broadcasting. And we don't know if it's Fran the Man or Dan Gaffney going to be here, but somebody's going to be here broadcasting on 105.9. And then what else we got going on? You got any basketball games coming up?
We are done with basketball.
I just thought of something we should do, but I'll tell you about it later. It's another great idea.
You don't want to do it live on the air?
I can't.
Okay.
Not too many ideas for one day. Other than that, you got anything else? How's your business doing? You looking for any customers?
We are. Yep, we'll take all of them.
All of them?
We can get.
So you're going to take customers all day long tomorrow?
We will. Wouldn't it be nice to be like a doctor? We're not accepting any more customers.
Today.
Yeah.
All right.
We're not accepting new customers.
Right. Well, we're going to allow people to do something very special on Friday at Weller's. Going to call it Retail Friday. Everybody can pay retail.
Wow.
Not going to force you to take any discounts. Not going to force you to make any deals. You come in and you can pay full retail all day long. Just ask for Mr. Ritter. Okay?
Well, which one?
Thick or thin?
Thick or thin? That's funny.
Oh, my goodness. When you see them side by side, you'll see what I mean.
You'll know who's who.
When you see them side by side. Oh, they're good boys. Brooks and Brandon, they do a good job. We've closed the store in Ellendale, and so Brandon is now working at Bridgeville with his big brother, Brooks. And between the two of them, they do a good job.
Oh.
They do. Oh, what?
Yeah. Speaking of Ellendale,
we're out of time,
the Red Barn at Ellendale, we got just a couple minutes.
Okay. We had a lot of fun there.
Go to the Red Barn on our live stream page.
Okay. And
Weller's Red Barn, and look at some of the videos. We did a walkthrough.
Yes, we did.
Two walkthroughs there Friday with the camera, and just kind of you can just get a sample of everything that's there. Mm-hmm. I mean,
it was good.
There's a mess of stuff.
We sold that Jack Daniel's whiskey barrel.
Did you?
Yes, we did.
You better get some more of them.
Yes, we should. I don't know how, but I'm going to try.
It's a lot of whiskey for you to drink.
Yeah, that was. But summer's coming. It'll be a lot hotter out. I can go through more whiskey.
Okay.
So anyway, yeah, we had a real good time there at the Red Barn. We're going to do it again. I forgot the exact date, but it's the first Friday and Saturday in April. I actually think it might be the 5th and the 6th, but I'm not sure. But if you need a trailer, man, we sure need some customers. This year here has been a lot different than last year, and last year was a lot different than the year before. It just keeps getting
going the wrong direction.
Yeah, it's going in the wrong direction. So either the country's in great shape and we're doing it wrong, or things are just tough.
Maybe you just sold everybody that needs
a trailer.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You need some new blood to move in.
Mm-hmm. Yep, okay. Well, anyway, We need to sell something. So if you need a trailer, a snow blower, a generator.
Socks.
And if you have it, socks, yes. And I'm thinking about buying some pants and shirts. Camouflage color, maybe. Pants and shirts. We'll see. You have to stay tuned for that one. All right. I did buy a nice outhouse last week. That'll be at the Red Barn. That thing was heavy. All right. Other than that, bringmegas.com, Wall Service Center is Colin's business. Mine is Weller's Utility Trailers in Bridgeville and Weller's Red Barn, which is only open the first Friday and Saturday of every month. Other than that, I've had a real good day, a real good time, and I'm excited about this big storm that's coming. It's really going to get some rain, because even if we get a lot of rain and your basement's flooded and your sump pump quits working, we've got gasoline-operated water pumps.
You do, that's right.
If you've got a ditch out in front of your house and you're just worried about the big breed of mosquitoes that it'll bring, just pump it out. Just pump it out on the other side of the road or
to your neighbor's
something
yard.
like that. Well, maybe just the other side of the road, in other words. So anyway, we've got some really neat pumps. We got one for like $97.50 for a gasoline-operated water pump. Yep. So we've got all kinds of things. So check us out at wellers.com. Check out Colin at bringmegas.com. And we thank you for watching our show.
And last thing,
we're
going to have a big announcement in the next couple of weeks about Catch It Live. So
what is it? Do I know it?
Stay tuned. You do know it.
Okay. All right.
You do know it.
Okay. Anyway, I forgot which one it is, but
we got
all
so
I
much
want out of the
going
deal
on.
is a vehicle.
We got a lot going on.
We have a lot going
Catch It
on. It's
Live.
unbelievable.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm excited. Okay. Well, thanks again to everybody that helps behind the scenes, and thank you, Colin, for everything, and thank you to our audience. God bless you all. Have a good night. Weather the storm. And did you have something else?
Nope. See you Friday morning.
All right. See you Friday morning. Bye.
Bye.